that new press secretary, she's a
that video, dude.
She's a gangster. They're prepared. And you know why they're prepared? Because they're trying to play gotcha.
Yep.
So she played gotcha with them. She checkmated them.
She came in there with that fucking Elon Musk flamethrower.
Play that video.
Watching this clip, I couldn't help but think how ironic that Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar and the rest of the ladies on The View spend their time calling Republicans the conspiracy theorists. But they have been wrong about everything they have said over the last couple of years.
The ladies of The View have set their sights on White House Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt, blasting her simply for standing her ground and refusing to cave to their worn-out political theatrics. Their over-the-top attacks got so ridiculous that podcast powerhouse and political firebrand Joe Rogan stepped in to smack down daytime TV's loudest critics. On his latest episode, Rogan tore into The View for their woke posturing, calling them a pack of phony pundits completely out of touch with reality. If you're into unfiltered, straight-fire commentary, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell, because you won't want to miss moments like this.
That new press secretary, she's a
that video, dude.
She's a gangster. Have you seen that video?
You've never seen someone more prepared for a question in your life, Jamie.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Small point on that. Not the big point, but small point. She was so prepared for
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, she's supposed to be prepared.
That's why I
Jamie.
said you've never seen someone
You know
more
why?
prepared.
For that.
They're prepared.
Joe Rogan opened by praising Karoline Leavitt for holding her ground and expertly handling every question the legacy media threw her way. He noted what many Americans already see: Leavitt is razor-sharp, confident, and unapologetically clear in her message. Honestly, we've never had a press secretary this quick-thinking and fact-driven. By contrast, Karine Jean-Pierre was a PR disaster under President Biden, fumbling basic answers, clinging to her binder, and delivering little more than political theater. That's why having someone like Leavitt is a breath of fresh air, competent, articulate, and fearless. But The View sees it differently. To them, strength and clarity in a conservative woman isn't admirable, it's dangerous. And rather than respect it, they mock it, because heaven forbid a woman refuses to parrot their narrative.
Young lady this is her first job, I would like her to do a little homework. Because she said something yesterday that really pissed me off. And that was, she said, there will be no wokeness here.
Oh, yeah.
Let me explain something to you. Because without that wokeness, you might not have that job.
She's probably been put in there because according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. You know that's what it is.
So, what was Karoline Leavitt's so-called crime? Having the guts to look the ladies of The View straight in the eye and tell them, point blank, she wasn't going to put up with a second of their woke nonsense. That single statement hit the progressive mob like a dagger. They didn't see it coming. Not from a young, sharp, unapologetic conservative woman. But Karoline didn't flinch. She stood her ground, called out their hypocrisy, and exposed their groupthink for exactly what it is. And here's the kicker, she wasn't wrong. Even liberals like Bill Maher, no fan of Donald Trump, have admitted that Whoopi and her co-hosts have lost the plot. Maher has openly criticized The View for its spiral.
Tell the usual suspects on the far left that the saying is, when you're in a hole, stop digging. You just lost a crazy contest to an actual crazy person. What a shocker that the people who see everything through the lens of race and sex see their election loss as a result of racism and sexism. Yes, if only we weren't so irredeemably unenlightened, we would have elected a black president by now.
When the far left starts losing Bill Maher, it's probably time to take a long, hard look in the mirror. Karoline Leavitt didn't just hand them that mirror, she held it up high and made them stare straight at their own absurdity. At first, Karoline didn't even bother clapping back at The View. She had bigger priorities than sparring with a panel of daytime divas. But they just wouldn't quit, mocking her experience, sneering at her qualifications, and even claiming she only got the job because she was a 10. That was the last straw. After staying silent long enough, Karoline struck back, precise, confident, and unapologetic. These weren't wild swings. They were targeted blows, exposing the pettiness, jealousy, and hypocrisy of women who preach female empowerment, but can't stand a woman who dares to think differently.
Clip, I couldn't help but think how ironic that Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar and the rest of the ladies on The View spend their time calling Republicans the conspiracy theorists. But they have been wrong about everything they have said over the last couple of years. They likened President Trump to Hitler. They have mocked him. They have shamed him. They have lied about him consistently on their show. And it was a joy to watch them on November the 6th when they realized realize that tens of millions of Americans do not listen to the lies that they have spewed. These women are completely out of touch with reality. And you're right, ABC should wake up.
Karoline's words cut straight through the View's smug facade like a dagger. Sharp, direct, and impossible to ignore. They knew she was quick-witted, but they clearly weren't ready for the verbal flamethrower she unleashed. Her takedown wasn't just bold, it was brutally articulate, delivered with surgical precision that left the panel visibly rattled. The evisceration was flawless, sending the show into a collective tailspin. As expected,